Bible, Acts 5:1-11, we see how Ananias and Sapphira influenced one another to try to lie to God, and they surely died. This clearly depicts that if we don't have good influences, then we will make poor choices and eventually regret or even die. Judas is a boy who was born into a poor village. His parents are poor and can barely meet the basic needs of the family. Thanks be to God, Judas was blessed to be a bright boy. He did his primary school passed well, and so did he in secondary school. After this it became hard for the family to take him to campus because primary and secondary were free. The family, through the area's chief, managed to secure an international aid group sponsorship that had the fees of Judas paid in full and even bought him all the needs he required, including upkeep and shopping for the 5 years he would be in campus because he was to do aerospace engineering. The family was relieved and prayed to God to have their boy succeed and someday lift them out of poverty. Judas joined the university, and there he tried his best to cope up with others because despite of being bright in class, he was completely primitive in city life because he was brought up in a poor home and hardly got out of their home only to school or church. First week was a silent one, and most of the first years were trying to familiarize themselves with the campus. On the second week they begun classwork, and here many temptations begun erupting. This is whereby those students who came from rich and city homes begun insulting those from the villages and mocking their lowly living standards. Here many of the students mocked were compelled to start behaving like those who mocked them. Girls from village who had been wearing skirts in their previous life begun wearing trousers. Boys who dressed modestly with good trousers begun wearing trousers looking like rags in order to be considered modernly. Judas was also tempted heavily because almost everybody was behaving different from him. Thanks to God for the prayers of his parents surely helped, because he stood to his ground and endured all the mocking because he knew where he was coming from and never wanted to disappoint his sponsors and parents, and above all his God. As years passed by, the class members begun reducing in that some left because they were pregnant. Others were caught with drugs and others caught in other criminal activities, leading to their discontinuation from school. Daniel endured the learning life and finished his education, getting to graduate with a little number of those he joined with. He was blessed to get a first class, and the organization sponsoring him was pleased with this and even facilitated his master's program in China, after which they looked for a job for him. Daniel became successful and changed the livelihood of his family and even facilitated the education of the village children from poor settings. That is the end of my story. In the Bible, Daniel 3 verses 1-30, we read about 3 Hebrew men, Shadrach, Meshach and Abednego. These 3 chose to stand up for the truth when everyone was submitting to the king's order. They focused themselves on the King of Kings, Jesus, who truly saved them. Daniel 6 verse 10-23. Here we see another man of God, Daniel, who also chose what was right no matter what was the consequences, and God was there for him. Life lessons we learn: 1. We should choose our friends wisely. We should pray to God to give us the right people and companions who will influence us to walk godly. 2. We should always stand up for what we believe in, even if we put our life in danger, and this will soon be the case when the Antichrist will come and compel people to worship him, while those against this, we should be ready for this and stand up for Jesus. Be blessed, and may God keep you safe till we meet in the next video. In the